What is good, y'all? It's your boy Tartle, and welcome to a brand new era plus retrospective. So 6 years ago, I decided to start my first plush video, Mario versus Luigi. It wasn't really my first plush video, but like I've made plush videos before this channel. I just kind of made it on another channel and then deleted it, but like this is the channel I actually like kept my plush videos, you know. It's been quite a journey, man. I've learned a lot about video editing, voice acting, filming, scripting. I've met a lot of cool people through this community, and some of these people I still talk to this day. Shout out to the ones who still watch my content, by the way. You are a real one for that. I often look back at my older plush videos, one for nostalgia and two to see how far I have come. Looking at my very first plush video versus like my most recent one, my newer ones have a lot more editing, they're a lot faster pacing, and I fixed a lot of my old mistakes, but I've even made some mistakes in my new videos as well, and I've kind of just gone over everything and reviewed it, and I've learned a lot from it. I really appreciate all the love and support I have gotten throughout all the years. It brings me joy to see how many people actually enjoyed my content. A lot of it was stupid, but I mean, it's a good kind of stupid. It's humorous, you know, and you know, I'm really glad I could inspire all of you guys, entertain all of you guys, even get some of y'all through hard times and just talk to some of y'all. I remember the live streams and everything, some good times we had. I even remember some of the collabs we did and some of y'all's plush ideas that I turned into life, and those Discord hangouts we'd be in, those Discord servers, the plush community servers I'd be in. This was on a time when I was like a lot younger, so I'm not no pedo or anything, okay? I was like 16 at the time, so we all good. I'm 22 now. Man, I've grown a lot. Now, if you have read the title, yes, this is me officially saying I am officially retiring from plush content. You might have noticed my previous two videos being animation videos, which brings us to the next question. Am I done with this channel? No, I am not. I am still uploading on this channel. It's just I am replacing my plush videos with animations now. And if you've noticed in those videos, those characters sound a lot like Waddle Dee, Meta Knight, King Dedede. So yeah, it's basically like those OCs that I have created, replacing their Nintendo characters, because one, I don't really want to do Nintendo content, but two, I feel like I've made their personalities, like I've made them somewhat similar to their video games, but I also kind of gave them their own personality, and I kind of just want to have the freedom to go around all their personality all I want without limiting them to their video game aspect. I also just feel like I'm in a position to where I'm ready to move on to bigger and better things. The plush videos, they were fun for its time, but like I've kind of lost interest in doing them, and I kind of want to make content where, you know, characters can like move their limbs, make facial expressions. I'm still working on that, by the way. It's a lot to learn, but I do feel like I'm at a point in content creation where I can do a lot better than just plush videos. And a lot of my old audience, they're all grown up now. Some of them probably watch plush videos for nostalgia, but like plush videos are they're really only for kids to enjoy, not gonna lie. There's not really many 18-year-olds that watch my plush content. And I mean, even if that were the case, because I know there are some adults that watch my plush content, it's like you can't really get that. I mean, I guess you can get creative with it, but it's like, it's really just me moving the stuffed animals around. I did put a lot of editing and everything, but like, I can't really do a whole lot with just one camera and then one stuffed animal, whereas in Blender, I can kind of move the camera wherever I want, and I don't really need a certain amount of hands, and I can make characters move their limbs and everything, and I can give them an official design and an original looking design. And I just overall want to get more creative with the lore and the world building and everything. With Blender, I can make like whatever I want, basically. It's gonna take work, but essentially I have more to build on with using Blender rather than just filming stuffed animals and then spamming a bunch of editing effects. And I don't really want to rely on other companies' characters that already exist, and I'm kind of just using them. No, I want everything to be my own, you know? Now, why am I doing it on this channel? Why am I not just starting a new channel or whatever? Well, because for one, if I make a new channel, most people are probably not even going to find it. And two, they are similar to my plush videos. Like I said, like the character personalities are very similar to their Nintendo character personalities, except I'm just removing the Nintendo parts. So like, Waddle Dee, his replacement's gonna be Stoli. He's gonna still act a lot like how Waddle Dee did. His voice is gonna be the same, his reactions, his interactions, they're all still gonna be pretty similar. Of course, not exactly the same, but similar to a point where, you know, it could still feel the same. You get the same vibes, you know what I'm saying? Also, the Dawson Sells Fruit Punch video, that is actually a remake of a plush video back I made in 2021, which was 5 years ago. Dang, that is crazy to think about. So yeah, I've been hard at work making a lot of new OCs and designing a lot of characters, modeling characters. Trying to come up with a design for a new character is not as easy as it looks, because you can just whip up a bunch of drip and call it an OC, but like if you're not actually like thinking about how he should be designed, you know, it's not gonna end up looking good. Like if you just put like a shirt and freaking chains or whatever, like he's not gonna look very unique. He's just gonna look like your average, I don't know, dripped guy you see in public trying to fashion or whatever. I mean, for that I could do for like NPCs or background characters, but for main characters I gotta like actually put thought into what they're gonna look like. Now, if you've never animated before, just know that it takes lots and lots and lots of time. Some of y'all I know have animated before, so you know the struggle of how tedious everything is and how complicated things can be. And if you've used Blender, you would know that sometimes like you make a mistake, Control Z does not work every time. Sometimes you gotta find a way around it, or you gotta go to like your old save files. You gotta Control S, which is save, like every 2 seconds, and then you gotta make a backup save, because, you know, if you make a mistake that's like not undoable, then, you know, at least you can go to your backup. So kind of Control S and Control Alt S to like incremental save or whatever it's called. I only have 6 characters modeled so far. I am modeling more, but like modeling a character first, you have to like draw them in the front view, because if you don't, then modeling them is going to be such a headache and they won't look as good. My point is, I'm still setting a lot of things up, including, you know, the character modeling, the backgrounds. A lot of the furniture I'm kind of just downloading online, but I want to set up my own backgrounds. I want to set up like my own McDonald's, because I do plan to use like McDonald's videos or like drive-through videos, and, you know, kind of just modeling houses. I want those to be from me. But if it's like something like a couch or a tree, I'm just gonna download that, because I'm not gonna spend hours modeling that. So yeah, videos are gonna be uploaded very slowly for the time being. They're also going to be really short, because if I try to pump out like 10-minute animations, I'm gonna have no social life basically, and I'm probably not even gonna have sleep. I also got things to learn about Blender, you know. I gotta like learn how to collide stuff. I gotta learn how to do rigid bodies. I gotta learn how to rig better. And, you know, I don't only plan on modeling human characters. I also want to model, like, you know how in Plants vs. Zombies there's like Chomper, Pea Shooter? I kind of want to model some plants with like faces and maybe some like animals and kind of just some talking objects, some robots. I want to like get more creative than just human characters, you know? I also realized I might need to hire some voice actors, because I plan on making a lot of characters, both male and female. I can't do a female voice for the life of me. If you've seen the Dawson Fruit Punch video, I got one of my female friends to voice that female character, which Kirby's replaced by Seisha, a female. I don't know, Kirby kind of gives more girly vibes than manly vibes, if you get what I mean, just in my personal opinion. But yeah, my voice acting, I'll admit, is pretty good, but I can only make so many voices. I can't make 200 different voices that sound unique, so that's where I will hire voice actors who also have really good voice acting. One of my other friends who I filmed the driving school plush video with, he's a really good voice actor, so I low-key might hire him. He can even do female voices, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, yeah, that's the introduction to the brand new era. Now, I don't want to wrap up the plush content without a retrospective. Stay with me, y'all. This is gonna be a long journey. So apparently this was the year where a lot of people were joining the plush community. A lot of people left around 2021 to 22. I stuck around till like 2024, I'd say. Then I started getting inactive in the community, but I still posted videos here and there. 2026 is when I'm officially retiring from plush content. So my very first video, Mario vs. Luigi. Basically, to sum it up, Mario and Luigi fight a little, and Blue Toad says all this random nonsense. For context, this was right after I watched a video from Caleb City about when you try to not look dumb in front of your smart friend. That's essentially what this was. But it was confusing for all of the audience except me, because, you know, I didn't really explain anything. I kind of just went straight for it. However, plush community audiences are full of little kids who will, like, anything really, even if the content sucks. Now I'm not continuing this series in any way, so if you want the lore, Blue Toad is super smart. He uses smart boy words, is so smart. He knows how to go invisible, knows how to teleport people. Basically overpowered from being so smart. He knows how to do almost everything. Kind of stupid, I know. He did have weaknesses like sharp objects, for example, and he was very physically weak. I might make a series similar to this with my animations in the future, but not now because I'm not experienced enough yet. My editing was... all I knew how to do were put clips together and add some music and sound effects. I didn't even know how to time it all right. And the pacing of my old videos were very slow, like unreasonably slow. Oh yeah, you may have noticed I almost immediately film in public, kinda. In episodes 3 and 4, I'm filming outside my house, which is a step closer to filming in public. Not gonna lie, this was hard for me at the moment, but I am proud of myself for doing it because it taught me not to care what others think about me and just focus on doing what I love. Also, I don't know how, but these videos took me hours and hours to film and edit just for it to end up really bad, but hey, audience of kids, you can get away with bad content. Looking back now, I could probably whip all 4 of these episodes out in just 2 hours in this quality, because you know, the process of transferring files to computers and downloading effects and everything. Now let's fast forward to the milk fight, which is a video I plan on remaking as an animation. See, I already got Gario, which is Gyarados' remake, and I might replace the Toad guy with Koopa's replacement, who is gonna be named Conrad. I'll cook later, let's focus on the retro. Toad's voice, I don't think I can ever make it that high-pitched ever again. My voice is just too deep, cuh. I wanted to make a video that didn't relate to the series. I didn't want it to be a lore-heavy video. I just wanted to make a F around kind of video, so I did it over fighting over milk. Pacing is so slow, especially the milk pouring, holy lord. Rewatching this video makes me cringe. It does bring back the memories though, I'll give it that. Red Yoshi. So before I even did plush videos, sometimes I would just play with my toys with siblings or hell, sometimes by myself. Reenact the plushies, and I always make Red Yoshi the angry one. I always make Gyarados the super tall one. On my made up series I never uploaded, I made Gyarados the evil guy because he was so tall. Long legs made him run fast even though he had no legs, but we'll ignore that. Tall height made him way more, which would make him win in a fight. And his head is so high, nobody can reach his head. So he's so tall, he's powerful, unstoppable. Might as well have fun with all this power and be evil. And nobody being able to stop him would be mad funny. I also thought these thumbnails were geniusly made back then, but looking back, it's just a bunch of PNGs with a title slapped on top. And I'd spend so much time on these thumbnails too, get the perfect look, and nobody really cares about it, and they didn't even look that good. I mean, I did cook with thumbnails later in my YouTube career. Fast forward to Toad's sickness. My reasoning for making this video was because this was around the cough era, 2020, right? I was sick and tired of people acting like the cough was such a disease, so powerful to a point where we couldn't do anything in life except stay inside and live a boring life. And I was kind of just mocking the people. I also wanted it to make it in a comedic way. Also, this thumbnail looks so bad. I knew nothing about composition back then. Next up, the bed breaks. Basically a real life experience I had when me and my friends hung out at this one dude's house, and basically one guy unintentionally breaks 2 things back to back, one of them being the bed. Cooking with Red Yoshi. So basically this was an entry for another popular plush tuber named Super Mario 134. He was doing an event to get the community together where we all film a video about cooking. We sent it to Mario 134 and he would compile all of the videos together to get the community as a whole to witness the creativity of other plush tubers. Very goated of him, by the way. Now I finally continue the series. Nah, I just did one more episode, then never touched the series again. Next up, we have Among Us Plush, or as I just named it, Among Plush. I just made this video for the views, if I'm being so for real, and to cope with my bad Among Us experiences. Seriously, no worse feeling than being imposter and then, you know, you get caught by someone and then everyone jumps in, you have no way of defending yourself, and then people treat you like you're not human. No Christmas gift. This was basically made because in one of my friend groups, some people were being toxic AF, and I made this video as like a coping mechanism or something, and reenactment of me being victim. It's really dumb now that I look back. Tom Nook's grocery store. Now, I know that's like uploaded in 2022 or whatever, but I had to delete it and re-upload it because there was one scene that shared extremely personal information. I had to blur it out through the YouTube editor, but the editor was so ass I couldn't do it through there, so I kind of just had to delete the videos. This was one of my favorite videos to make, by the way. And then it's one of my favorites to look back on. But yeah, I had to like re-edit it on the actual Premiere Pro editor and then just completely re-upload it and have it blurred. But yeah, I really liked this video just because Tom Nook, I make him this overpowered character who has the ability to steal people's houses and know people's address, and Wario and Waluigi just have to take Tom Nook's shit. I also liked the locations, the variety of locations I filmed this in, and just the characters and personalities in general. Tom Nook also like came from someone, it was from a real life experience I had. Me and my friends, we were making this group chat, and then we wanted to make this gaming channel, so we made like a group email, and one guy was the owner, and he managed to like find the cities we lived in, so I kind of just made the address joke. Puyo Park, first Kirby video, definitely remaking this one. It was my first Kirby video, so might as well. I had zero idea what I wanted to do with their personalities. It was also like 30 degrees Fahrenheit for my non-Americans. It was so cold when I filmed that video. I just went with the flow. I had no plan or anything. Same with the voices. I just went with whatever felt right. I also hate the ending because the fight was literally just one shot, defeat the other, and paced very slowly too. The only highlight of that video for me was King DDD rage baiting Meta Knight at the bedroom with his laziness and stupidity. Chocolate milk fight. I just felt the random urge to do this again, where a bunch of characters act immature and fight for something little. It was always just hilarious to me. I love making content where there's so much beef and drama over literally any little thing you can think of. This is also the last video where I filmed inside the first house because my parents wanted to move into a house where yard work wasn't a thing, which is very fair, by the way. Doing yard work sucks, especially when it's hot outside. And they wanted to move in an area that was more walkable, everything was closer, like the grocery store, barbershop, restaurants. At the time I hated it because I never really left my house outside of school and plush videos, but now as a guy who goes outside almost every day, I would love that now. Bowser vs. Donkey Kong. Literally my entire reason for making this was because of the Godzilla vs. Kong movie that was coming out at the time, and I got a new Donkey Kong plush like the month before. Just didn't use it because other videos idea and school getting in the way and just content creator burnout. That was something I had a lot back then, was content creator burnout, because I was always too focused on making something perfect and spending an unreasonable amount of time producing content where I didn't have much work-life balance, and long grindy hours led to burnout, demotivation, but I kept pushing through, with breaks of course. If you're ever gonna do content creation, please have a good work-life content creation balance. That is so important to not burn out and keep going. Anyways, back to the video. I always saw Donkey Kong as like him punching you in the face POV, like you're being punched by Donkey Kong first person and you witness it and then you get blacked out. I really just wanted to do that. No one won in the video because I really just wanted to get a video out. I didn't care if it was good or bad. When your audience is a bunch of kids, there's no such thing as bad. No one won. I completely rushed the video. I didn't even try to get creative. Yeah, but I do remake it later on, which I'll get to later in the video. The cold front. Now, this is one I tried to get really creative in. Testing out green screen effects, storm effects, implementing them into the actual video where I mask some things, layering some things, play around with adjustments. I made it long too, so it took a long time to make. It also kept getting cold a lot in my area, and I was just in one of my arcs where I obsessed over weather. I also met another man who obsessed over weather. We had a lot of weather talk. My mind was all about the weather. Damn, this feels so nostalgic to think about. Weather. I think this is one of my most creative videos for its time. I'm obviously a lot more creative now, but back then when I was dropping a lot of crappy quality videos, I feel like this was one of the exceptions, especially for how inexperienced I was at the time. Also, just a lot of green screen effects. Those are time consuming and tedious. I'd say the one thing I dislike about this video was the amount of gay jokes I overused. I kept overusing the two boys kissing thing. It was funny, but probably to a kid it's funny, but looking back I cringed so hard at it. Fall Guys plush. It's so funny because the game already died down, so you know this video was about the passion. Surprisingly, this is still one of my most viewed videos. I feel like I could make a Fall Guys like video in Blender now. The style looks quite simple, of course. I say that and then I struggle with it like holy hell. Anyways, this was one of the harder videos to make because there were so many characters. When it comes to plush tubing, the more characters you have, the harder it is to make it look good, because I had to make sure everyone got a fair amount of screen time, though I failed to do that. It's hard, bruh, it's hard. It was also kind of hard to get creative with the mini games because my editing wasn't all that, still isn't all that. I'd either have to have god tier editing or good setups, which was kind of hard to set the house up good because I share it with family. We have some personal info around the house, so I can't film in some angles. We're also in a small cluttered area, and I just didn't care that much for the video to be good. I just wanted to get it out and not spend 80 hours on that video. I then got burned out from plush tubing, stopped for about 3 months though. I did make an animation. Okay, the animation is not an animation in the slightest. Nah, because at the time I thought I cooked so hard with this, but looking back now it's doo-doo water. Not only is it PNG sliding, but bad looking PNGs. I must have been really dumb back then if I thought I was good, help me Lord. This also took me so much time to draw everything. There's no worse feeling than spending so much time on something for it to look bad, you know. Fortunately I was super dumb, so I was proud of it back then. I tried doing the animations because filming needs to be done at certain times of the day when family isn't around, when lighting is good, so like during the daytime, not at night, and when I don't have so much homework or life stuff happening. Animation you can do whenever, but filming plush videos, it feels like you need to do it like at the right moment with the right setting and everything and the right conditions. But which, thinking about it now, that's not always the thing, because if you want it bad enough, you will find a way around it. You'd be surprised with how creative you can get with such little equipment and all these obstacles. 3 months later, I go back to plush videos. I'm out of school, I'm on summer break, no job, so I had a lot of free time. Though to be fair, I was like 16, 17 years old. I wanted to bring Tom Nook back since I really loved his character so much, so vaccine tracking device? Yeah. Oh, here it is. Donkey Kong sells fruit punch. I didn't have the patience to make a typical 10-minute plush video, so I wanted to make something quick and funny. And I had this joke I wanted to use with the fruit punch. Oh, here's your fruit, here's your punch. So I used it for this video. Looking back at it, I kind of hate how there's a part where Bowser and Donkey Kong fight off screen, and it kind of just shows Meta Knight staring at them. That sounds like such a One Punch Man Season 3 thing to do. And the pacing on Diddy Kong appearing was way too slow. But other than that, the decent short. It was funny, haha, quick and easy to make. Total drama, plush house, plush land. I didn't know what I called it, but hey, it's what started it all. Yeah, honestly, I didn't do this because so many other creators were doing this, and oh, it was the popular thing. I genuinely didn't even think this was going to blow up. I didn't even know that this many plush tubers did Total Drama series at the time. I was just rewatching the Total Drama series because, you know, it's like my favorite childhood show. Screw Total Drama Rama, though. But Total Drama Island is peak. Since I introduced so many new characters on my channel and had over 20 at this point, and the wackiness of each character and the normality of few, I also wanted to get some kind of thing where all the characters get together, meet up, and interact with each other. So then I started this series. Now the first episode is literally just everyone introducing themselves and deciding teams. I managed to stretch that out for over 10 minutes. When in the remake, I made it in like 3 minutes. I'll get to that later. Episode 2 is basically just them jumping out of a balcony. Each character having different motivations, some chickening out, some threatening others, some bribing others, some cheating, some jumping out in their creative ways to show off. That's all. Stretched that out for 10 minutes as well. I really should have made episode 1 and 2 together, and it probably would have been less than 10 minutes with decent pacing. I then did a Minecraft plush gaming video because I wanted a break from scripting and planning videos and editing them, actually doing work around it. So I just made a lazy Minecraft gaming video where I just screw around and scream at myself, but hey, like I keep saying, there's no such thing as bad content when your audience is full of kids. Mario's Disastrous Day. I feel like this is the most NPC-ass video I made in 2021. I just could not think of any other ideas. I had the mindset of a bad video is better than no video, and I had to keep up with my grind, so I just got something out. Total Drama Episode 3, basically the Awake-a-thon after eating a lot, except it's the Don't Piss-a-thon after drinking a lot of water. I feel like this was one of my better videos because it had a lot of character variety, kinda location variety, even though it takes place in one big room, but kinda spread out all over the room. Character interactions, challenges, alliances, I think I did a pretty okay job. I really tried to make sure everyone got an equal amount of screen time. and interactions with all kinds of characters, the most that I could do. I would try to squeeze in jokes. I think I kind of cooked with this, but it definitely could have been a lot better. Another plush gaming video as another break. I did Fall Guys this time. I really tried to lock in on the game. I just pulled words out of my ass in my Wario and Waluigi voice. Tried thinking of things on the spot. I do remember almost winning, but then losing and then turning it into a Wario blaming Waluigi for his loss, or vice versa, I don't remember. Mario Plays Golf. This one I actually like a lot. It was very fun to film. I had a friend help me film some of this. We filmed this at an actual golf course for a bit, but we couldn't finish it. You may have noticed the second half of the video takes place at a regular field that I pretended to be a golf course in the video world. Well, that's because filming at the golf course was pretty risky, and my friend wasn't able to help me with the second half due to personal thing, which is all good and understandable. It was also very hot outside, and there was a lot of mosquitoes, but I'm grateful he even helped me at all. I made this because the game Mario Golf was coming out. It was on the Nintendo Direct, I believe. I was also on my Mario Party 8 arc at the time, so you may have noticed me using a lot of Mario Party 8 music and the videos around this area. It was also hot. Like I said, a lot of mosquitoes during the night portion of this video. Yeah! Pokemon Orange and Purple. I was just watching the Smosh Pokemon series and Starter Squad. Randomly decided to start a Pokemon series. I had one Pikachu plush. I tried to set the camera angles up in a way where it seemed like two, but that kind of went bad. Oh well, this video was pretty forgettable for me. Total Drama Episode 4. Half the video is really just arguing because I always find beefing over little things so funny. Turns out I dragged it on too much, and I continue to drag it on future episodes as well. A lot of future episodes. I don't know why I kept doing it. I guess it's because fans didn't really say anything about it until I was already like 10 episodes in already, maybe. If I remember correctly, this video was about contestants physically fighting each other and boxing each other to see who wins. Okay, I was just rewatching as I edit this. Oh my lord, I hate the pacing of this. And the pacing of a lot of my old videos are just bad in general. I don't know why so many fans enjoyed this. I mean, I enjoyed it at the time, but now I can barely watch 10 seconds of this shit. Not all of my old videos were this bad, but like, I don't know. I feel like with this video and a lot of my old Total Drama videos, I just made the pacing way too slow. King DDD Goes to Walmart. Some short little haha funny moment type video I do with a friend for funsies. We drive around, record ourselves driving around, just acting stupid and going to public places, being immature. That's it really, that's the vibes. It's fun to look back at. Fall Guys Plush Part 2. So this is when Season 5 of Fall Guys comes out. It was a tropical jungle theme. I live in a subtropical area, so I was like, F it, let's make another Fall Guys plush video. I also really enjoyed making the Part 1, so yeah. I had new characters introduced, some new challenge ideas, also wanted to try out some new locations. This was a really fun one to film because like all of it took place outside, got a lot of different angle shots, different locations, a lot of characters getting together and interacting. Also had some joke ideas I wanted to get out, joke ideas that related to me losing the game, getting disconnected at the final match. Total Drama Episode 5, this one sucks in my opinion. I don't like this in the slightest. As it's mainly 2 camera shots almost the entire video, not much action, very slow pacing. Part of me wants to remake Total Drama as an animation with my new OCs and fix all the flaws. I'll get to the rushing the ending flaw later in the video. Also, the scoring system I did not like at all. It was so random and it felt like the talents had nothing to do with the scores. It was just the host like just giving random scores and being like super biased for no reason or whatever. But at least it was easier to make. The Fierce Hurricane. Okay, this one I feel like I cooked. I feel like it was pretty good for its time. And, I mean, still is good to this day. Again, I was still on my weather arc. I was obsessed with weather for like a good 2 years after Hurricane Dorian came in 2019. That just got me very interested in weather for some reason. So I wanted to incorporate crazy weather in my videos in the same sentence. And this is what you got. I will say, I liked Sonic being such a troll, worsening every scenario for others, but doesn't impact himself and just rubs it in everyone's face. S tier rage bait right there. I did like the screwing around and rage baiting in the bathroom in the middle of the hurricane, the whole fucking toilet scene, as well as the hurricane breaking through the bathroom and everyone having to find another cover in the storm. I also love how it created a felt of danger and tension, everyone yelling at each other both over stupid things and stressful things. Characters getting serious for some moments. I feel like this did have potential to be better if I like executed it properly and, you know, had better editing and knew how to incorporate like 3D animations into a 2D video editing software, and I guess After Effects and stuff like that. But I did like the characters having to find creative ways to protect themselves, see around, staying safe. I feel like this is one of my best old videos. Bowser vs. Donkey Kong Remake. Okay, this one I feel is much better than the original. And hell, I'd even say it's one of my best old videos as well. I made 2 really good videos back to back, so pat on my back for that one. So, for one, somebody actually won this time instead of some dumbass tie. It has decent video length, the fights are actually somewhat creative in some ways, fast-paced, variety of locations, not super repetitive punching, like actual different strategic ways, somewhat strategic ways at least. My one problem is that the fight didn't start until like halfway into the video, but like, I did kind of like the beginning of like Wario and Waluigi, like kind of the conflict having a cause, you know, instead of just the fight kind of happening out of nowhere. Total Drama Episode 6. Okay, this one is in between. This one had variety-ish of locations, not just one spot all the time. Although majority of the video, nothing really happens, and majority of the video it is kind of just one spot. But the one small portion of the video, there's like a lot of action that happens. It's actually kind of fast-paced, and characters actually use some strategy, their own skills to their advantage, but also stupid things like purposely getting, because it was a zombie tag challenge, right? Yeah, some characters would purposely get tagged to sabotage others or try to have some genius planning, but it just ends up being stupid. That good portion is too short, and of course too much arguing, and some slow pacing in some areas, but the one good part has like the fast pacing and stuff. So, it's like an in-between for me. Yoshi's Go Trick-or-Treating. Hey, Halloween special. This was an F-around type video. Going to random people's houses, their 2 friends and 1 relative, they all agreed to film this stupid video, and I honestly think the looking at every actor having fun and putting up with the bullshit is what carried the video. It's not a genius written video by any means, and I didn't even script this at all. We kind of just went with the flow and just had a lot of fun, and it kind of just feels like a high energy vlog moment, except brain rot. Also, shout out to those guys for helping me with the video. Appreciate y'all. The report card. I made this because some people keep bragging about how their parents are so hard on them, and I'm in no place to complain because I was allowed to get B's on my report card and other stuff, but like, I kind of just made this video because, you know, people were like, they acted like their parents wouldn't allow them to get any B's, which I know there are some like that, and I kind of just wanted to mock them. It's like Asian parents, I wanted to mock them. Plus, I thought it'd be mad funny to see Donkey Kong beat his kid over not being perfect, the Asian treatment, if you know, you know. This is just something I wanted to get out quick, no lots of editing or anything, just in and out. Tom Nook's credit card scam. Basically, I was a senior in high school. When I filmed this, one of my teachers went on a tangent during a lecture, spent the entire period saying how credit cards are bad and all they do is get you in debt. I decided to make a video idea out of it. Oh yeah, and I filmed at Best Buy. I got comfortable with filming in public. Basically, the lesson is, spend your money responsibly. Don't spend more than what you can afford. Of course, it probably meant nothing to my audience at the time because, you know, people watch it are just kids and they don't even gotta worry about finances or anything. The vegan Thanksgiving. Okay, so yeah, I was kind of on my vegan arc. I was trying to build muscle or get that shredded physique where you know, being strong, having abs and everything, and I saw some vegan YouTubers, looked into it, I thought it'd be a good idea, so I decided to go vegan, and then I wanted to make a vegan Thanksgiving. I think I lasted like 2 months on the vegan diet, except I failed because, you know, there were some foods that I ate that I didn't realize had milk or some kind of dairy products in it. Anyways, yeah, this video was one of the most meh, in my opinion. It's very forgettable. Wasn't even that entertaining in the slightest for me either, just kind of there, just grayish. The Black Friday disaster, uploaded right after Thanksgiving. That's right, the grind is real. Just a short little video of the Yoshi screwing around at Best Buy. Also filmed this with a friend for extra entertainment and an extra 2 hands because I hate having only 1 hand free when filming in public areas. Also less embarrassing and a lot easier to like yell in public, yell-ish. I didn't yell, but like, we kind of did stupid stuff, and it felt less embarrassing because we were doing it together, you know? More enjoyable. Total Drama Plush Episode 7. This one The challenge was, like, kind of confusing low-key, especially since Caleb Yoshi spent, like, an entire minute explaining the challenge with too many instructions, no visuals or anything. I don't even remember what the challenge was, to be honest. I just remember it being complicated. It was a fan idea as well. And oh yeah, this is when I started making like every challenge ideas, fan ideas from fans. And I wish I didn't do that for every challenge, but it is what it is. Some of the fan challenges were good, I'll admit, but some of them not so much. But yeah, my favorite is probably still either episode 3 or 4, and then I guess a small portion of episode 6. The rest of them kind of suck in my opinion. The winter solstice video was meh, kind of just there. Introduction of Waterdew, but I feel like it was a boring introduction of him. The video itself was also meh, just feels gray, not memorable. I don't even remember anything, maybe except the picnic they have at midnight. Who's Santa? Oh dear lord, almost 30 minutes and a lot of characters. This took a long time to film and edit because the longer the video is, the more clips I have to film and then trim and everything. Because if I don't trim the clips, there would be long pauses between every jump cut, and we do not want to hear that. Just watch my very first plush videos and you'd know what I mean by the long jump cuts. Also, the fact that there's more content to edit and film everything. Filming and edit a 30-minute video over a 10-minute video feels exponentially longer, you know. Also trying to make sure everyone gets decent screen time. I think this is a decent video for how much content it has that isn't repetitive, but it's not like a lot of fast-paced action or anything. Not that that really matters, but I don't know. I feel like the whole idea, like, it was just kind of okay for me. I mean, I guess I did like the ending of where, you know, everyone gets back at the toxic Yoshis and Meta Knight, you know, for torturing them and everything. But that was about the only part I liked. I kind of wish I put like you know, interesting moment at the beginning to kind of grab the viewer's attention or whatever. Just, I don't know, this video is kind of built for people with attention span users that surpass TikTok. Next 2 videos are just 2 gameplay videos. I'm not going to go over those much. I just wanted a break from plush videos, but still wanted to get some things uploaded. Eggman's Eggs. Hell yeah, Sonic video. I wanted to do a Sonic video, especially with the new Sonic plush toys I got, like Eggman, Tails, Shadow, Knuckles, and Silver. Whenever I introduce new characters, I like to keep the video short to kind of figure them out first, and then build their character up. As their character personality grows, then I can cook up creative ideas that involve them. This one was mostly an F around type of video I filmed with a friend. Not much planning or scripting or anything, just for laughs and haha funny moments. Total Drama Episode 8. Okay, this one I actually kind of like. The red light, green light, I think I executed decently, where half the characters fail either miserably, fail unfairly, or get sabotaged, or just locked the fuck in. The host also playing dirty tricks and using, well, total drama logic. The host never fails to fail you, rage bait you. Then comes the hide and seek challenge, which I also think I executed pretty well. Variety of locations and shots, good lighting, contestants getting creative with their hiding spots, some cheating then getting caught. The host is too good. The tornado. Basically, there were 3 back-to-back days where we got like tornado warning after tornado warning. I mean, it was tornado season. We're not even in the Midwest. I live in freaking Florida, but yeah, we kept getting like, you know, hailstorms and then just tornadoes in those hailstorms. Also, something I just wanted to get out fast and get this one joke I've been wanting to get out for so long, but I didn't know how to implement it till this video. The tornado saying, psych! That part where the tornado like goes away and then everyone's cheerful, but then the tornado comes immediately back and is like, haha, psych. The bathroom pixel animation, basically the same thing as the last shitty animation, but it looks slightly better. Still no animations, just PNGs rotating and moving, and I guess I used 2 PNGs per character instead of 1, because they had front profiles and side profiles. Progress, baby. Still a piece of shit animation. Lack of animation. Piranha Plant. Okay, this is when I started uploading 1 to 2 videos every week. The grind was real. This one was inspired by an RDC World video. The one about the Roach, Burlesi. Yeah, I liked this video. It had Donkey Kong in it. I loved his character so much. He was always one of my favorites to play as. I just loved how a simple Piranha Plant was so overpowered and everyone had to figure out how to survive and defeat it. Getting creative. Also, variety of locations and camera shots, always a plus. I just rewatched this, and Piranha Plant swallowing Donkey Kong was so gold. I also loved the dry bones part, him cracking like 100 bones like a freaking anime character, because that's how it be. And then, yeah, people will crack so many bones before a fight. I didn't even know existed, because like, how so many? Oh yeah, and Link just comes out of nowhere and comes to the rescue. I guess that's the one, like, not so good part, is how I kind of just made a very lazy ending. Link is still my GOAT, though. But yeah, the Piranha Plant video, definitely one of my favorite videos to look back on. I think it's one of my best plush videos in 2021, I believe. It was also the most fun to film, so I really loved that video. Total Drama Episode 9. This one I also liked because of the twist and a challenge coming out of the twist. I got the twist idea from a YouTuber named Gumbino. He made a video game competition series where, like, Luigi got kidnapped by Mario because Mario lost a challenge, and I kind of implemented the same thing here, lols. I liked the contestants working together to save Waddle Dee, survive Donkey Kong, the fights, oh yeah, and Sonic's revenge, and surviving and defeating Sonic. I just hated my voice of Sonic at the time, but I'm glad I improved Sonic's voice later on. Prankster Gangster. I couldn't think of anything better at the time, so an F around kind of video. Some people wanted a series of this, and I kind of plan to make it a series with my animation, since this would be pretty easy to animate. This is like the boys hanging out, they're bored, and do some rage baiting, which I'd be totally down for, by the way. This was super fun to film. I liked using Gyarados. Silver I'd find cringe, but it's whatever. Purple Yoshi, I just liked how he kept getting sabotaged and screwed over. Oh my lord, Carl has an appearance here. It sounds completely different, because that was before Carl developed like a personality. And of course, to top it off with the cherry on the ice cream, we end it with them rage baiting Donkey Kong and RIP Purple Yoshi. I still love this video though, and I love coming back to watch it. Minecraft Plush Edition. This video is mid. I could have done so much better with this, but I was too lazy to do good editing, and I was trying to keep my weekly upload streak because I was already on 3 videos and like 3 videos each week type streak. I don't even remember a single thing that happens in this video though. I just remember not liking it. Even my past self with low standards didn't like it, so watching it now I probably won't even like it even more. New friend, also kinda mid, as majority of the video takes place in the bathroom being trapped. Plus I already used the dry bones cracking so many bones choke and being super weird once already, and the junior plush just looks horrendous. Probably one of my least favorite videos. Wario's coach, pretty decent. Wario escaping Donkey Kong, being brutally forced into being healthier. Donkey Kong having no patience. Outdoor scenes, not the best idea, but it was simple to make. Emerald Island Zone. Okay, this is when I remember filming at an actual beach. My family had a St. Augustine vacation, and I just had to get a beach scene in. It was hella fun filming at the beach, and some people there asked for my YouTube channel and everything, which I always love when that happens. I actually messed with the video quite a bit. It was like a little new style of content I did. I liked the adventurous vibe of this, the throwing hands, the way some of these fights I implemented, and the plot structure. Of course I could have implemented it better, but it's decent for what it is. I'd give this video either a B tier or a low A tier. Total Drama Episode 10. If I remember correctly, it was an obstacle course, finding the most colored pencils before everyone else, then staying outside in the brutal heat. Oh yeah, and Koopa's crash out, the most hilarious thing in the video. I like this episode a lot because I feel like I did get creative with the first 2 challenges. Twists here and there, the host being evil, the big deep pull, and also poor Turt, ultimate betrayal. This is when Turt and Koopa, yeah, get into not so good terms. 4th of July party, literally just dancing and then a PNG car chase. This video is kind of mid, just plushies dancing, some copyright free music in the background. That's it really. Indestructible Door, I loved this one. Filmed this at my friend's house. I loved Donkey Kong being overpowered, the door never standing a chance, Mario and Hammer Bro trying to figure out how to stop this but fail to, then Hammer Bro's reasonable crash out. It was a Donkey Kong video, hard to mess that out, but yeah, definitely one of my favorites. And oh yeah, right after this video, I also got my very first job working at McDonald's, which I hated working at, by the way, but yeah, at that point I had to balance working at McDonald's and uploading weekly plush videos. Food Battle 2022. Okay, so I was watching some Smosh again. I really wanted to get that early Smosh vibes. They were nostalgic, but I don't think this video was all that great. I barely remember what happened, and I just felt like it was a copy, not gonna lie. It was so random at times. Filming this was kind of painful too because I didn't want to waste any food, and it was hard to make the food interact with the thing, so filming this was, I don't know, it was a headache, and then watching this is also a headache for me. Pokemon Orange and Purple Episode 2. Also, I don't really like this video either. Just Pokemon battle with random stuff happening. I don't remember much else. Among Us Plush Part 2. I actually enjoyed it. It was everyone rage baiting each other, being stupid, using zero logic, everyone yelling at each other. It's like reading the comments of an Instagram reel fighting over something stupid. I love it. It's so peak. Hide and seek at the park. I like this one a lot because Donkey Kong, the big tough Donkey Kong, was acting all scared. They start with hide and seek, then Bluto goes invisible, tries to scare everyone. Everyone acting like children in the car, gaslighting each other. Also, the scenery at the park was lit. Definitely an A-tier video, I'd say. Nookbot, another banger. Red Yoshi, Gray Yoshi, and Wario were all toxic AF and get what they deserve. Tom Nook is just overpowered. He always knows everyone's address. He has the power to sue over anything, claim people's houses, burns a whole freaking house with laser eyes, and makes the toxic trio watch that shit. He is such a huge threat. The three really didn't, like, after that moment, the three didn't care about anything else except getting vengeance. This video is basically just drama, everyone's egos colliding, causing a big fight, villain versus villain type shit. Loved it. Sonic's new ability, this one sucks. Majority of the video is taking place in Eggman's lair or the garage, yipping and yapping, too much talking, very little action. And the fight in the end is, didn't like it all that much. Video drags out for too long as well. Milk Adventure, nah, this one ain't it. This video was just Gyarados, Toad, and Nerd Yoshi going to random places, saying random things, then moving on out of nowhere. This video really has a, I pulled this out of my ass type vibe. Most of this was green screen as well, so this was pretty annoying to edit. Filming this wasn't the most fun either. It was just too random and too no thought put into this. However, I will say this was like Carl's true first appearance where I used his voice, and it was the first time where he used the iconic line, "I've been so many guys, man, so many guys." The Ferocious Hurricane. This one I cooked to the brim. One of my all-time favorite videos. Variety of characters and location and actual plot structure, some action, being outside in a hurricane moment, characters having to get creative on surviving the hurricane obstacles and finding cover for safety while dealing with the wind, so much rain, low visibility, an alligator in one scene I believe, nothing being stable. Oh yeah, Purple Yoshi is in this video. And apparently Luigi and Waterdew end up in the sewers. Yay! This video has pretty good length and a lot of content was not feeling super repetitive. I also like the effects I used on this, the everyone gathering snacks and everything. Oh, also, shout out to Paper Mario Bros for donating. Also, as I'm rewatching this, I noticed a blue band-aid on my pinky finger. That was when I was working at my McDonald's shop and severely burned my pinky. It was a bad burn. It burned like 1/3 of the freaking skin of my pinky finger off. That was painful. But it was still a good video to look back on, and I do plan on animating this in the future. Dimension Portal. Shout out to Gator Studios. I did a collab with him. He used to do plush videos as well, but he moved on to bigger and better things, as what I'm doing right now. He's now working on some short films, and he's working on some music, and he does a lot of Marvel and Team Ninja Mutant Turtles content. I highly recommend you check out some of his videos, by the way. They're bangers. Anyways, at the time, we were so proud we accomplished something like this. This took months at the time, because keep in mind, we had completely different schedules. That's how work life be. You'll have different morning shifts, different night shifts, different off days, but we still managed to pull it off. I still love this video. I will always love this video. It starts off with Bowser and Donkey Kong fighting. Kamek tests out his wand and spawns a magic portal. Then Gator's universe of plush characters appear, except it's not really a different universe, just another location of Earth. Then they gotta figure out how to shut the portal thing down. Darth Vader comes, collabs with Tom Nook. They both have the ultimate scamming scheme to, rob people's banks accounts and makes them millions. Every NPC loses their bread, loses their mind. Due to Kamek and Tails messing up, portals open up everywhere. Cars going through portals and causing fires, explosions, catastrophe, nothing but chaos. They transport to the portals in Ohio, because that's where Gator lives, is in Ohio. They gotta stop the Darth Vader and Tom Nook hacking everyone's bank accounts and fix everyone's wands, but my characters kind of just explore Ohio as well, and they kind of do some fun things there. Type vibes. A pretty well developed plot, I'd say, and the memories of making this was such a hype moment, and I will forever remember this. Bowser's haircut. Bowser and Junior have such ugly looks, everyone makes fun of them, they get bullied, they transform, that's about it. Since I was on my weekly upload streak, I just wanted to upload something fast, and hey, I did have new plushies, so killed 2 birds with 1 stone. This video was pretty weak, however. I did like the part where I spammed lap effects, but that's about it. This video is meh. Total Drama Plush, episode 11. It did not need to be 32 minutes long. I dragged it out too much. But like, I wanted to try to make each Total Drama episode longer and longer, so I did that, but in the wrong way. I thought I was cooking for more content, but it is kind of boring for me to watch. Not a whole lot happens, and it drags on for 30 minutes. I also kind of rushed it again, trying to keep that streak going, and people kept begging for the next episode, and I just felt pressured. I don't even remember much of what happened in the episode, and I do not feel like rewatching 30 minutes just to remember what happened. I think the one thing I remembered was 2 contestants coming back, and that's about it. Master Chef. This was basically a video I filmed straight after my McDonald's shift. I clocked out, ate something, went straight to filming, but I filmed slow because I was tired. But I did not want to give up my grind, so I kept pushing. I probably should have taken a break, not gonna lie, but I hated my McDonald's shop so much, and I just wanted to grow on YouTube so I could make money and actually like escape that job. All I remember is the characters having no good food and then they get the chef to cook good things. Just an NPC-ass video with a few mediocre jokes here and there. Electric bill. Basically Bowser getting mad that Junior is the cause of the high electric bill, so Bowser turns the power off everywhere except his room so we can watch Lee and Liam. A lot of Lee and Liam featured here, huh? The heat in the house really starts affecting it negatively because there's no electricity to run the AC, so Junior and Kamek get mad, then Bowser gets mad at Junior and Kamek, and then mold starts getting in the house, and all kinds of problems starts getting in the house from no air conditioning and no electricity. I feel like this was an okay video. It wasn't the most creative, but it wasn't the most boring, I'd say, so I'd give it like a C tier, I guess. It had sitcom show vibes. Also, that card scene in Lee and Liam, it was so hot in that court. Holy lord. Luigi's superpowers. I really liked this one. Luigi becomes powerful and he does just what any other person would do. Help out others and he abuses them. I also liked my Lee and Liam idea of spitting out junk food to taste it and not swallow it. Luigi takes advantage of other people using his powers because he's bored and thinks it's mad funny. Then Donkey Kong and Burning Leo cook up a plan to stop Luigi from superpowers because Donkey Kong hates Luigi being stronger than him. They succeed. And yeah, this was a video idea from an old friend of mine. We haven't talked in a hot minute, but I wonder what he's up to now and if he's even going to show up in the comments. Thank you for the idea, though. It was a brilliant idea. Milkshake battle. I loved filming this. Just throwing a bunch of random ingredients at 2 different milkshakes and then Gyarados and Toad beefing over which one's better the whole time. I taste tested both of them. They both tasted ass, but it was still fun to taste test and still fun to make and everything. One tasted less than the other. I'll give it that. Funny video to look back on. Funny video to watch. Angry Kirby. This video was okay, but I do like the part where it goes, hi, bye, why? This video is basically everyone rage baiting Kirby to a point where he spawns a hammer and loses control of himself. Everyone gotta survive Kirby and calm him down. Great idea, okay execution. I just feel like I could have done so much better with this. I do want to remake this as an animation in the future, fix some stuff. I got most of the characters modeled to do it already, so this should be cake. 2 Dingbat shopping. Another unscripted F around and find out type video. It's literally just 2 Yoshis going around a shopping center and messing around. What's fun to film though, it's basically a plushie vlog. Oh, also, I filmed this right before a closing shift at McDonald's, so we had to speedrun filming this in the heat. Then I had to speedrun back home, then had to speedrun getting ready for work just to suffer that 6-hour shift, and it felt like forever. I was tired. Fuck that job. Piranha's Revenge. Another banger video. As the title says, the piranha plant tries to get back at Donkey Kong, except he can breathe fire this time. Then involves Mario and Luigi, gets mad at them for not leading them towards Donkey Kong, so takes it out on them. Then there comes a chase scene. Mario and Luigi find Donkey Kong, and now all 3 of them gotta deal with Piranha Plant's BS. Donkey Kong has to make a truce with Bowser to defeat Piranha Plant because that's their only hope. Then DK and Bowser they go from greatest enemies to greatest friends. No filler, no dragging on combos, just fast paced and straight to the point. This is a video I like to go back to watch here and there, and I also want to remake this. I think this was a pretty peak video. Total Drama Plush episode 12. This one was decent. We start off with the don't slide off the table challenge. Table's icy and slippery and cold as fuck. Characters gotta strategize, sabotage each other, then goes tug of war, and then catch the biggest and deadliest animal. I liked the creativity of this. I just wish I edited this a lot better because it is a lot of PNGs dragging around. Kind of painful to watch, but I did like the overall idea and structure of the video. Just the editing was kind of bad. Nerd competition. This one's meh. It's just Blue Toad and Kamek answering questions to see who's smarter. Not much action. The only memorable thing I remember is Carl randomly breathing ice. But it was kind of funny. Another plush gaming video because I was still on my streak and I needed to get something out at the time and time was running out, so yeah. The microwave. This is when I started getting burned out on plush videos, and at this point is when I started to upload less. I was losing enjoyment of making these plush videos because I was just getting so burned out at this point. Basically, Junior puts a fork in the microwave, surprise, surprise, house catches on fire for the 100th time. Oh yeah, and he did this because Bowser was watching Lee and Liam, and Lee and Liam did it. Totally not a rip-off of SML or anything. Chili saves the house, but claims it's his because he saved it, and he won't let Bowser back in. Chili threatens to freeze them with ice if they don't leave him alone, and he's also got his gang with him to also freeze them with ice. Chili said they gotta get a McDonald's, so this is where I do the green screen McDonald's drive-thru screen where Carl crashes out, and I specifically made that scene because I wanted to vent my frustration at working at McDonald's and just kind of showcase how every McDonald's worker hates their life. My next 3 videos were literally just plush gaming videos, and then I just did regular gaming videos where I just used myself to play the games because those were the easiest to make. I was getting super burned out from plush videos to a point where I wasn't enjoying making them anymore, but I couldn't stop the grind. I wanted to make it to YouTube, so I kept forcing myself to push through it and kind of just forgot about my mental health. Never do that, by the way. After a little while of not making plush videos, I then make a Halloween special named Treat or Trick. And despite my burnout, this one was actually pretty fun to make, because I was filming with my relative, shout out to him, holy lord, almost 40 minutes. But this one I consider a W video. 3 turtle friends hanging out, go to a bunch of different houses, and then they all go through a lot of BS. They go to house to house over and over again, but we pretend they're different houses in the video world, because we don't have the budget and gas for 40 different houses. We get each different characters with different reactions. We get crash outs, some chase scenes, some exploring, the neighborhood scenes, pumpkin patch, singing mess around scene, some end of Halloween dance scene, some middle scene where they go inside, Kirby swallows them, then we go on a tangent of them being stuck inside Kirby, and then Kirby and his gang getting in a fight with King Dedede over him stealing candy and like running hands. I do feel I cooked with this video though. Next, I decided to do a character Q&A announcement to give myself a break. Filming and editing that 40-minute Treat or Trick video was very draining, so I needed a cooldown type video. Yeah. Made a plush gaming video because I still needed the cooldown. This one was actually pretty fun to make because I was playing 4 different players while voicing 4 different characters. It was a Mario Party video, so I was kind of like playing against me, myself, and I, and my me-self. Next up, we got the barrel. This one I actually thought was solid. Wario takes a shit on DK's barrel. DK gets mad. DK gives them a certain time limit to clean the barrel or else he annihilates them. They go to Home Depot, which I got kicked out of for filming in there. Some customers got angry at me for filming, and then some of the workers said I need to leave. It was still a fun time though, but yeah, see, what people getting mad is kind of scary yet funny. It's scary because I don't want them calling the cops on me. I try not to argue. I just try to avoid conflict, so I kind of tried to rush the very last scene, and I just dipped in and out. There's one last barrel selling in the store. Customer Carl tries to take it. Wario knocks Carl out with his flatulence. DK's happy, we get the good ending type lit. Another plush gaming video again, I'm not going over this again. Character Q&A answers. I liked answering these questions and giving such ridiculous answers depending on the personality. Frozen pool. I really liked this one. The Kirby gang goes for a swim, except Kirby because he hates swimming. They accidentally splash Chili, they have a whole ass fight scene, Chili's aggressive as fuck, Waddle-Doo and Meta Knight get frozen by Chili into the pool, Waddle-Dee tries to survive Chili and escape, but he can't escape Chili, so he has to defeat Chili. After defeating him, he goes to Kirby to try to convince him to help unfreeze him, but Kirby doesn't want to go anywhere near the pool, so Waddle-Dee has to bribe Kirby. Then eventually, after some bribing and convincing, Kirby comes along. Chili wakes back up, another fight happens. Then Burning Leo comes along. They trick Burning Leo into trying to get to attack Chili and melting the ice. Once Burning Leo's fight with Chili melts the ice in the pool, Waddle-Dee and Kirby jump in the pool and go to rescue Waddle-Doo and Meta Knight, who kind of sunk to the bottom. Now, I don't know where that logic came from, because I think ice always floats on water, but I just made the ice freaking sink in that water. Plot armor, I guess. Kirby's a slow swimmer, so they gotta take their sweet time into reaching them. Once Kirby uses his hammer to heat the hammer up and then melt the ice, then everyone swims back up to the top pretty fast, except Kirby, because, you know, swimming is like Kirby's weakness. For context, I was playing this one Kirby game. I think it was like Kirby 64 game. I forgot the full name of it, but I was playing this one water level and Kirby was swimming like so slow. It was frustrating me and I wanted to use it as a joke for the video. So yeah, Kirby took like 2 hours to get to the top and everyone had to patiently wait. And then there's another fight when they get on top of the pool, but except there's 4 of the Kirby game. We got Kirby, Waddle-Dee, Meta Knight, and Waddle-Doo. We got 4 of them. Then we got Chili and Burning Leo, but they're still outnumbered, so yeah, they kind of just end it there. Good ending. And this was somewhat fun to film. And this wasn't as fun as I wanted it to be because, you know, the burnout kept getting to me. And after this video, I took a long-ass break again. I think it was like a month-and-a-half break. 12 Days of Christmas. I haven't uploaded in a while. I wanted to upload something again. This one I have a love-hate relationship towards. I liked the idea and structure. I just hate how I executed this. It sounds so freaking cringe and a little off-sync too, but it was kind of fun to film, especially after a burnout session, but I don't know, the filming wasn't really hitting the same anymore. Oh yeah, and this was kind of a point in time where my mental health was probably at its worst in the moment because like I was transitioning to adulthood and I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. This was around the time where I quit McDonald's because I just hated the job so bad and then I thought my life was just effed, bro. Like I was going through severe mental health issues. Like I was not happy at all in the slightest. Very dark era for me, and honestly filming the 12 Days of Christmas was kind of a coping mechanism, but I don't know. And like I was too afraid to reach out for help as well because I didn't want to end up in like an insane asylum or anything. I'm not gonna go too deep into this topic because I don't want this video getting like age restricted or anything, but this was a very dark time for me. I am a lot better now though, thankfully. Yeah, I'll get to that in a moment. Stolen Sweets. Basically an idea me and a friend came up with. I executed the idea. It sounds like some mini Kirby lore, and I only say mini because Kirby lore do be going insane sometimes, but this video was just King Dedede and Meta Knight being evil and Kirby and Waddle-Dee stopping the evilness, having some wacky fights. This video I think was a decent idea. Executed, it could have been way better. I also kind of rushed it because I just wanted to get the video out and done. Burnout sucks, and yeah, I don't know. I really tried to get back into plush tubing, but it really just was not hitting the same. Not to mention the very dark place I was in was not helping in the slightest either. Yeah, around this era, I've been very inconsistent with uploading. I was also unemployed at that moment too, so I was like doing almost nothing in life except kind of... I was depressed at that time, I believe. Like, I genuinely think it was true depression. Like, I was not happy. Total Drama Plush episode 13. So this was like a little while after the last plush video, Stolen Sweets, because I took a long break from plush tubing again. And my mental health was still kind of ass, but this was like one of the days where I wasn't feeling as ass, but it was still my dark era, I'd say. But anyways, Total Drama episode 13. This is when my editing starts getting pretty good, I'd say. I actually tried to seriously learn new skills and actually like try to get good at video editing and, become more creative instead of just putting lazy videos out. This video overall I think is alright, but the last part of the video I think is straight gas, where they race in some jungle, go through obstacles, a lot of fast-paced action happening, and then Sonic making his comeback, Shadow stopped Sonic's comeback, the whole minecart chase thing, and sparks and chaos and twists happening all over the place. This video was pretty good at the last part. Like, overall was okay, but that last part was pretty good. I also spent a hot minute trying to figure out how to edit all of this. Now I can do this all pretty easily now that I've got experience. Oh yeah, also when I was editing this, the editing software acted really slow and I had so many timelines to place at once, and then the FPS dropped a lot and it looks weird in some areas, so that's why. Total Drama episode 14. Yeah, this was when I was like, fuck it, I want to be done with series, and not only the series, but I wanted to be done with plush tubing as well, because like I kept saying, I wasn't enjoying making plush videos anymore, but I didn't want to leave the series unfinished, so I just kind of pushed myself to finish it, and I rushed, and I mean rushed everything from here on out. I regret it, but hey, it is what it is. I was at a dark place and I just didn't care about anything. I just tried speedrunning this basically because I wanted to start focusing on drawing, get really good at drawing characters and make stories out of them, make my own manga, maybe eventually animation. I was on my anime arc, obsessed over anime a little bit, and wanted to make my own anime series or manga series or whatever, and since plush tubing was so time consuming, I just wanted to speedrun and wrap everything up so I could focus on the one thing. I didn't want to leave the Total Drama series unfinished because I already made it so far in the series. I wanted to complete it. It would bother me so much to not complete it. Plus everyone kept begging, and then I knew if I didn't finish it, the comments were gonna be like, oh, I knew they were gonna be toxic about it. I don't even remember much of this video. The only thing I really remember is the drawing challenge, and it was a fan who came up with the idea, and then later on in my Discord server, he kind of breaks a rule and an admin kicks him out, and then he gets mad and some drama starts. Oh yeah, this was also around the time where I started my first semester in college, which I eventually dropped out. I got my associate's degree, but then after my associates, I didn't really continue college. Okay, next up, Total Drama episode 15, even worse somehow. This video is 7 minutes long. It's very slow paced. I dragged it out and it ain't even 8 minutes. Almost nothing happens and it feels like forever too. Probably one of the worst plush videos I've ever made. I'd say it has one decent part, and that's the skydiving part, but even that part kind of sucked. Super Mario Adventure, low-key just wanted to make this because my mom did get me a Peach plush and a Green Toad plush for my birthday, but I was losing interest in plush videos, but I didn't want them to go to waste, so I was like, fuck it, make a video on it and move on. Now looking back, this video isn't all that terrible. I just remember this intentionally being one of my last plush videos, and look where we're at now. This was like a lazy Mario speedrun video with my character personalities in the speedrun. I consider this an okay video, but I don't really like to go back and watch this video because dark times again. And Total Drama episode 17. This one I did not want to make at all, but I did not want to leave the series unfinished. I wanted to wrap up my plush channel with a banger, so I went all in. Yeah, at the time this was pretty impressive to me. Now it's cake, but yeah, I spent so much time making this. I put a lot of editing, a lot of green screens, literally created my own lava world in Blender, put a lot of green screen effects together as an obstacle course, and then tried creating an epic fast-paced fight scene at the very end, and then the whole... I think all of that was good, but then once we get to the part where everyone kind of defeats Caleb Yoshi through power of friendship, I think that's when it goes downhill. I hate how it ends like that, but I already spent so much time in the video and I just wanted it to be done, and at that point I didn't care. I was like, I'm at least even getting this out. Y'all are at least even getting a final episode. Then I planned to never do plush videos again and started to learn how to draw and make manga and not anime girls, so help me God. And then yeah, after that, 3 to 4 months passes by. I'm not really doing any plush videos. I'm not working any job. I'm kind of just doing college. I'm taking the gen ed college classes, so It was practically unemployed because the Gen Ed classes were so easy. It was literally just 4 classes that I'm in for like 2 hours a week, and that's it. And I would get all of my homework done like during class, and I would kind of like cheat on all my classes. Like they were basically completion assignments. So I was practically unemployed, and at that point I kind of just binged One Piece, and I was binging other animes, and this was kind of just a take it easy kind of 3 to 4 months for me. My mental health did started getting a lot better at the time, and I actually felt myself getting happy again, which is a very good thing, and my mental health has been pretty good ever since. I mean, I was also learning how to draw. I was like watching YouTube tutorials on how to draw anime characters and how to come up with character designs and creating lore for my series and everything. I did spend quite a bit of time grinding at that, but it was only like 1 hour a day type of stuff. I didn't realize that you gotta like spend thousands of hours on this subject to get good at it. But like 90% of the time I was either just binging animes or replaying my favorite childhood games like Sonic Adventure. Okay, so about 3 to 4 months later, I actually realized I miss plush tubing and decided to go back to it. However, I didn't want to do Nintendo characters because of the whole SML cease and desist letter thing. So I just wanted to stick to Sonic characters and other random ass characters like Carl and Gorilla. This was also around the time where I started Persona 5 and I really got into the Persona series. Anyways, that aside, this part is also what I consider the turning point of my channel. Not only have I switched the cast of characters up, but my editing style has changed greatly too. For one, videos were paced way faster. For two, the editing in some of these upcoming videos get a lot more creative. And thirdly, I add a lot more anime references because that's what I started getting into. I also put like a lot more sound effects, visual effects, exaggerated everything. Most people consider 2023 to be the best year of my channel. I do not know why. If anything, I think this was the worst year for my channel because a lot of my videos uploaded felt forced, or at least in the beginning of 2023. Not a whole lot of uploads in general because I was like uploading pretty slow now. And I'd say summer 2023 because like I stopped in March of 2023 and then I started again like late June or July of 2023. It was like an introduction to my new plush videos, basically. Oh yeah, I've also seen some videos, yes, videos of people saying they miss the old Waffle League, because that's what I used to be called back then. But it's like, I already had over hundreds of Nintendo character videos uploaded. It would probably take an entire day to watch all of them or something. I didn't want to go back to Nintendo videos in the slightest, and I wasn't going to force myself to either. All of my videos from summer 2023 and onwards were all made from passion. I never forced myself too hard to grind videos. I just filmed, edited, and uploaded when ready, and it was like much more enjoyable experience for me. I did not try unreasonably hard to chase the grind. I focused on my mental health first and just try to have fun with the channel. No thinking about making it to 1 million subscribers on YouTube or anything. Basically, yeah, I was balancing a little bit of YouTube, the drawing grind, and my studies, and I guess exercising. And then I kind of tried to learn more skills, like kind of learn some music and learn a bunch of different skills, and it became too overwhelming and put a lot on my plate, but I'll get to that later. Now on to the videos. Who's toughest? Basically 3 hedgehogs, egos colliding, and doing stupid challenges to show who is tough. Not the strongest video, but it is nice for a comeback after not uploading for 3+ months. I think this was the longest break I've taken in my YouTube career. Shadow vs. Dio. Okay, so I was in my JoJo arc at this time. As of the time of filming this, I was in the middle of part 5. Yeah, because I binge watched part 4 in like 3 days. Yeah, I know other people have watched it faster, but for my standards, a show has to be really good for my short attention span ass to watch that much content in such a short time span. But yeah, I was so JoJo brain rotted, and I wanted to make a plush video with JoJo references everywhere and include Dio, of course. Oh yeah, filmed this one with a friend. Hella fun to film, hella fun to watch, and with the new editing style, I fucked with this heavy. Carl's long work shift. The idea sounded so much better in my head, but after executing it, this video was so mid. But it was also the fact that I was still grinding drawing and character design while doing this YouTube stuff and college classes and everything. I just wanted to get something out, you know. I didn't like force myself to film it, but like I wanted to get like an easier video to get out. I didn't want to go super intense this time. I'd say the one highlight of this video was Silver dropping a heavy ass weight plate on Carl's foot. That was kind of funny. Knuckles pushes Sonic animation. This was basically me testing out sprite animation, but I decided I didn't want to continue it. It was my best animated video at the time though. Sonic makes a tier list. Yeah, I think we all know where I got the inspiration from, except I decided to use my real voice instead of AI voices. Now, looking back at this is hella cringe. I used my Blue Yeti mic. Honestly, recording on my phone would have made this at least 2 times better. The pacing of this tier list feels a little slow, but it got a crap ton of views. I actually did not expect this to blow up as much as it did. I am kind of mad at myself for spending so much time editing the PNGs lighting up when I could have just filmed the plushies on my bed with the tier list on the corner. It would have saved so much more time, but oh well, it is what it is. Sonic races Eggman, another video I did with a friend. It was his idea. We've been wanting to do a plush video together for the longest time, but it was hard because our schedules never aligned, but hey, we managed to do it. Oh yeah, I also filmed this at a friend's house and she voiced Tails. Really good impression of Tails, by the way. Also, shout out to my boy Deverick. He's the friend I filmed this with. He's also the one that made some of the soundtracks for this channel and making soundtracks for future animation videos. Now, this video was very interesting to film. We first filmed at the house, right? Then the golf course neighborhood, and then we get to the chase scene, right? We get in an actual car. I stick my camera, holding it out, viewing the road. I was holding onto that camera for dear life, right? I was also in a hella uncomfortable position, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do for the video. Then we tried filming this one area in the field, and some landscapers come and swear us the fuck out. Like, they were cussing at us every other word, saying, "You better get the fuck out of here. We're gonna call the fucking cops. You breaking the fucking law. You fucking bullet trespassing." It was a guy in an orange ass shirt, an orange shirt we both will remember for the rest of our lives. Then as we exit, this dude follows us for like a good 8 miles of driving. There were several turns too, but nah, he just kept following us, and I know that shit was not a coincidence. Then eventually he finally turns. He really wanted to make sure we were out of that area. We were not going to go back there again. We decided to find an alternative place to film and pretended like it was a whole different area in the video world. Anyways, yeah, this video was Eggman creating a genetic code that makes him faster than Sonic, as a reference to the Sonic 2 game at the end where Sonic chases Eggman. Eggman's so fast, he time travels, they end up racing. Okay, this time travel shit is so complicated to explain. Watch the video if you want like a better explanation. But I think we cooked with the video big time. It's very fun to watch. It was very fun to film. We have both watched it several times, laughed about behind the scenes, and it was quite the experience. Double Trouble. Some changes you might have noticed to the video style. I used a wide angle camera to fit more in the scene because I got tired of plush toys taking up 2/3 of the video screen, and the house takes place in a new setting. That's right, our family moved again. But this time we have more family members living in the house, so we got somewhere bigger where more people are splitting rent. Oh yeah, I also started using Nintendo characters again. People were so happy and excited. Ever since I moved here, filming videos has been miles harder for personal reasons I cannot explain. I think this video is overall okay, but it ends up with a banger. It's basically Bowser and DK using both of their overpowered selves to rule the world, and no one can stop them, so it's double the overpoweredness, double the trouble. Then there's a fight scene in the second half of the video I think I cooked with. Then the Super Mario Wonder music where Bowser raps towards Mario's defeat and Mario does vice versa, and Bowser and DK are so impressed by Mario's rap version of dissing Bowser and Donkey Kong that they decided to go on good terms with Mario and Luigi. So basically the video was an okay start, but the second half was a banger. Chopper arrives. Oh my lord, I swear I can never get a Christmas special out on time because I ended up uploading this on January. I was getting so many hours at my job due to winter peak season. Oh yeah, I got a new job, by the way. I got a new job like about a month or two before I started filming this. It was pretty hard to find time to produce videos. But basically, Mario somehow ends up in Donkey Kong's room. Bowser and DK force Mario to watch and enjoy Lee and Liam. Sonic talks to them in the show. Bowser and DK get jealous and want to meet Lee and Liam. Mario gets a package. Tom Nook breaks into their house. Chopper is in the package and knows Tom Nook's address. Tom Nook is jealous and tries to go to Chopper's house. The gang asks Chopper how he got there. Chopper mentions a brown bear kidnapping him on his birthday, and everyone wants to avenge Chopper by beating the shit out of Carl. Because, you know, there's no other brown bear than Carl. I liked this video. It was a solid introduction to Chopper. The plot flowed well. Stuff happened throughout the video. A lot of editing, a lot of locations and camera shots, character interactions, cameos, funny moments, full of passion. S-tier video if you ask me. Sans vs Donkey Kong is basically just Sans dodging all of Donkey Kong's attacks and DK getting mad about it. It's not super memorable for me. It's just an okay video, not super creative though. Pancake Lee, dear lord, I hated the camera quality on this. Basically, my mom got some camera for free. I don't know how she got it, but she did offer to me and I decided to use it. I used it for this video. Yeah, never again. The audio also sounded so bad, so I had to re-record every audio scene and then sync it up with the clips. I wasn't going to travel to every location and set every camera shot again, but I did have to re-record the audio clips because it sounded so bad. But overall, the video was okay. Honestly, the highlight was Waddle Dee being Journo Giovanna doing his 7-page Muda moment. Every time I rewatch the video, I rewatch the fucking 7-page Muda part specifically. I don't really care about anything else. Oh yeah, and the part where Donkey Kong just gets slammed into multiple house walls and then breaks the walls. I used Blender for that, by the way, and that took me quite a while to figure it out. But overall, the video's eh. Ranking Sonic 06 levels tier list. I made the pacing too fast on this one, where a character would talk 2 seconds before the other was done talking. I thought this would be well, because scenes wouldn't drag on, but it was the opposite. It was hard to understand what they were saying at times, and we didn't get a chance to fully hear them out, but it was already too late and too complicated to separate each voice clip since there were like 300 of them. I don't really like this video that much. I don't ever watch this again. Sonic Unleashed Plush Episode 1. This video is okay. Yeah, it has cool effects and everything, but it's literally just a shittier version of the Sonic Unleashed cutscene. I spent so much time on this too, but it's like, I don't know, you're better off watching the original Sonic Unleashed cutscene. It was basically me trying to remake it, but it's like a much shittier version of it, and I guess it's stuffed animals. Oh yeah, and it's a lot of PNGs, there's not a whole lot of movement either. Donkey Kong's Revenge, this video's okay. It's basically DK getting revenge after Waddle Dee pulls his 7-page Muda, no diffing DK. Piccolo trains DK, DK fails, gets cocky, desperate, then succeeds, and then DK Muda's Waddle Dee back. I also remember Waddle Dee destroying the house, throwing a few spears. That part does get me every time. The whole video idea, it was a decent idea, just not that creative. Hot take, training arcs are usually the most boring kind of arcs for me to watch anyways. I usually like watching the arcs with fights happening or people using strategy to fight, running hands, or, you know, stuff actually happening, but when it comes to people training, I don't really mess with that. Sonic Unleashed Episode 2, also decent, but hey, Silver and Blaze show up. I think it's a bit better than the first episode because I do get a little creative and unique with where Sonic is running and obstacles he's dealing with, and variety of location and variety of movement. Fast camera movement, Sonic and Silver beefing, Tails being at the garage, and the communication I did between them. And I made the plot structure a little bit different because, you know, I added some characters and added some jokes. I liked some of the jokes I used. And the part where Sonic kind of parkours through the trees and those extra camera shots I get, I kind of like. So I give this video, I would probably say a B tier, B as in boy. How I, Tom Nook, became rich. Because I kept seeing videos of people bragging about how they succeeded and got rich, and then they talked down on the other poor people, saying how they worked hard and other poor people deserve to be poor because they don't work hard enough. But a lot of the rich people kind of got lucky, or just like knew people that were rich or something, and through nepotism. Low-key, I just made Tom Nook like someone like Andrew Tate, pretty much. Being a rich, greedy asshole who rubs it in everyone's face and explains his success in a story that just sounds extremely fishy or luck-based or whatever. But now that I look back at this video, it's pretty stupid, but I don't feel like deleting it because, like, some people like it. Dragon Ball tier list, I don't really remember much from this video either, so I consider it meh. NPC type video. This might be another reason I stopped doing tier list videos. I didn't like them myself, to be honest. I didn't really like filming them that much. The only reason I even did tier list videos in the first place is because they were like the easiest to make, because like I didn't have to actually get the camera out and then set up camera shots and make sure I'm like, because when filming I have to make sure no one is in the video shot and I have to set things up in such a way, whereas tier list I'm just doing audio recording. Piccolo the Babysitter. This one I like quite a bit. This video was Kamek and Bowser losing their powers, leaving Junior alone with a black babysitter. We all know he's black, come on. Junior and Koopa rage bait Piccolo, he loses his temper, tries to kill them. Junior and Koops gotta survive and escape him, with the subplot of Carl hating his job as a... What do you call those jobs where, like, Carl schedules you for a doctor's appointment? Everyone arguing and beefing in the room. Honestly, that was the highlight of the video for me, was the doctor's room area where everyone just beefs around. I just hate the fact that nobody really moves. It's just like PNG's kind of not even moving around because I didn't feel like taking the time to do that. But I really just wish I, you know, put more editing and time into that. I couldn't use the green screen because we just moved into the house and the house was such a clutter, and setting up the green screen was impossible at the moment. We had to clean the house up a lot and I was too lazy to like film all that again. I kind of just used this, I want to use this ghetto doctor idea in a future animation. The moment y'all been waiting for. Total Drama Tropical Tour Season 2. Are you quitting this series? I'll get to that later in the video. This video took over 40 hours to make. A lot of characters, a lot of scripting, a lot of planning, a lot of trying to figure out how to get everyone equal screen time, a lot of filming, a lot of screaming and voice acting, and especially a lot of video editing. I made this one of the highest, fastest paced videos, and it's almost 20 minutes. Now, if this were one of my old videos, I either would have stretched the video out to be 40 minutes long, or I would have rushed everything and make nothing happen. The video starts outside. It was hot AF when filming this. You may notice it was on and off raining. Yeah, it was hot and sunny, then transitioning into the rain like the next 5 minutes. It kept cycling between sunny and raining every 20 minutes, like a good, I think at least 5 times in the video. So when it was really hot, it was really humid. My shirt was very wet, which felt so uncomfortable. I had 2 water bottles I used up in filming. I drank those fast and I was tired and I was dehydrated. My throat was hurting, but I didn't want to drive all the way back to get more water when I was like 3/4 done with the video. So I pushed through, but hey, at the end of the day, it was super worth it. Next section I filmed early in the morning, wasn't anywhere near as hot, and there were almost no people, so filming this part was quite easy though. Setting up the plush toys required some creative thinking, because I couldn't just have everyone laying down willy-nilly. That wouldn't look bad, so I had to like have them stand up against some curb, and then I had to use the tables to like separate the group. And I had to like come up with setting up that last minute. I like to show as much as I can without making the shot so weird, so I like to get some of the background in there. I like to get as many characters in the camera shot. I don't want the camera shots just having one character per scene, you know? Next up, the pool scene. This scene took the longest, by far the longest. The pool kept screwing up my phone, the splashes and the constant raining kept messing up my phone, water kept getting in my phone, and then on the video, the rain looks light, but it was raining moderately. It was moderate rain, not like super heavy, but moderate enough to a point where it kind of screwed things over. Some of the plushies were really hard to control when they were all wet. Some got kind of heavy, some kind of deformed. I mean, just look at Carl. I had to instantly get rid of him. I also had to go off script a little due to, well, plushies being hard to control, but I didn't want to change it too much. This required planning and creative thinking. The water got my phone, like, it would control my phone half the time, record button didn't work half the time, other times it would just freeze for a minute, sometimes it would force exit the app, and I had to switch between the camera app and the Google Docs app because I couldn't remember the script. I didn't even go to the Photos app to check everything because, well, I was already going through big time pain. Later when I edit this, I realize the audio's all screwed up, but I'm not redoing all the setting up or anything. I'm not redoing the audio scenes. Plus, I thought it might have been natural with the whole, like, underwater, being around water, the voices sounding all muffly, but I don't know. And I spent way too long of this already, and I still know I had a ways to go. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to mention. I spent so much time trying to make every character stand up in the shots, like positioning the plushies in a way where nobody was lying on their back, or like everyone was stood up. Of course, I couldn't get it 100%, but I at least gave it my 80%, better than nothing. It already took so much time, and I didn't want to spend 80 hours worrying about perfection. I thought I was cooking hard enough with the the fast-paced editing and everything. Anyways, I know this video is not a masterpiece by any means. It's just lots and lots of sound effects, visual effects, green screen effects, PNGs, masking, layer on top of one another, adjustments, color adjustments. And pretty much every scene was an action scene, so layering a bunch of timelines and effects is already time consuming enough, but when you're doing that for a duration of 20 minutes straight, where there's like almost no downtime of just chit-chatting, dear lord. I also had to like take random video frames of a character like making a pose and then go to Photoshop, mask the character to put him on some speed lines. That took hours. My time management is also not the very best, especially when it comes to editing, because editing the same thing over and over again, just repetitive masking, repetitive like dragging effects, moving timelines around to make sure there's no overlapping. It was worth it in the end because it looks like a lot going on at once, and especially for short attention span users. ADHD vibes, you know, hyper energetic. I also showed this video to some girl I was kind of liking, and we watched it together. She called this shit stupid. Didn't want to watch any more of it. That fucking hurt. Imagine spending so much time on something just for someone to compare it to some movie like Guardians of the Galaxy or K-pop Demon Hunters, you know, movies that were made by a humongous amount of budget with a lot of people working on it together with professionals who have spent years on this, versus me who's kind of doing everything by myself on like no budget. I was literally one guy doing everything, and even if I had a group, this still would have been hard to pull off. But you know what, these videos aren't for everyone. I can't force everyone to enjoy it, so if she doesn't like it, that's just her opinion, how she naturally feels. Though calling it stupid to my face, she could have been way nicer about it. Carl works at the Krusty Krab. Basically me showing my experience at working at McDonald's with the Carl barely getting trained, getting so much piled up on him at once, a lot of unreasonably fast-paced multitasking, getting yelled at, messing up, causing the place to catch on fire, too much dangerous stuff going on. This video makes me laugh so insanely hard, solely because of the fact that I dealt with this, and it's just fun to look back at. My one problem is Carl doesn't actually start working there till like halfway in the video, but I still think I cooked with this video. It might be one of my top 10 favorite plush videos of all time, like in my channel, because it does have a good plot structure. You know, Carl starting off jobless and then struggling to find a job, and then his dad kicks him out of the house, and then he becomes homeless, and then he meets SpongeBob, lives with SpongeBob, deals with SpongeBob and Patrick shit. SpongeBob helps him get a job, and then he deals with the shit at the Krusty Krab, and then all this stressful he tries but he fails, and then he causes bad things, and then negotiates with Plankton, tries to find ways to steal and investigate the secret formula but fails to do that, and then he's got to deal with Plankton shit, and then trying to steal a customer's Krabby Patty but failing, and then he dealt with Dio shit, Plankton shit, Crab shit, SpongeBob and Pat. He dealt with everyone shit. The Dio stealing the formula with Time Stop, woo. I also used a big variety of locations and camera shots, which is a plus. Filming in public places. I had to end the video off with Carl getting a somewhat new home from Knuckles and Bigelow, because Carl was getting tortured throughout the whole video, so I had to do him some justice, you know? Easy S tier video in my opinion. Like, if I had to recommend any plush video for any of my viewers to watch, it would either be Total Drama Tropical Tour or this video right here, Carl Works at the Krusty Krab. It's so peak. Hurricane Generator. This one I feel was decent, but it does have a lot of really fast-paced editing and fighting, so I guess I'll put it in the good tier. This one is the Kirby gang pissing off Chili. Waddle-Doo and Chili have a long fight, then get stuck in the middle of a hurricane in the middle of their fight, so they're fighting and surviving the hurricane. Then they gotta like work together to get home while dealing with hurricane obstacles. They come up with methods, but they fail. They argue. Chili is just stubborn and cocky and impatient. They eventually make it home, and then a full-on fight between almost all of the Kirby gang goes on. Anime fight type shit. Fight goes on for a good minute, lots of effects going on. Meta Knight joins in, Waddle-Dee stops him. They plan to stop the hurricane generator, swim for hours, go the wrong way, swim for more hours, find the hurricane generator's home, which is Gyarados. A nice little Gyarados cameo. Another high-paced, high-energy fight with a lot of effects. Me thinking creatively of a unique move that isn't just mindless punching and everything. A lot of masking plushies for animations just to be shown for 2 seconds and nobody cares about it. Then it ends off with defeating Gyarados and then they ride him in the middle of the ocean store. At this point in my YouTube career, I'm barely uploading because I'm spending so much time focusing on the quality of the videos, and by quality I just mean putting a lot more editing that people never really cared about. I was also still on my drawing grind. I was on and off of that. Little piece of advice, don't try to learn multiple skills at once. Don't take on so much at once. Focus on the couple things you care about. You'll make much better progress that way. There goes a saying, you can do anything but not everything, and that is so true. I learned that the hard way. Okay, I take this back about me saying the video is decent. I actually think I cooked with this video. I'd put it in like a low A tier just because there's so much editing in it. It's just the overall idea. I mean, it was pretty good. I liked the fights and everything. But like, the Gyarados cameo, like, he was only in like 1 minute of the video, and he was like one of my favorite characters. So I kind of wish I had an opportunity to use him more, bring him back, you know? And it's also the fact that I feel like I spent way too much time on this video, and don't get me wrong, I still think it's a really good video, but I don't think it was worth the amount of time I spent on this. Out of context scenes, I didn't feel like making something new and then spending hours and hours on fight scenes, so I just whipped up a compilation of some of my favorite moments from this channel. I only did it on my newer videos because my older videos were a lot slower paced. A lot of my old fans also probably left, so well, they grow up and got tired of bad plush content, which I don't blame them for. Once you're no longer a kid, you can actually tell what's good and what's not good. The number of people who watch plush videos at 18 years old or older is probably like 1% or less, to be honest. Everyone else is like a minor. Escape the Angry Mansion. This one I filmed at my friend's house again. It was pretty fun, because new setting, I had 2 extra hands, so 1 camera hand, 3 plushie hands. We could fit 4 to 5 characters in a shot without a ground angle, so I liked that. We explored the neighborhood a bit with some chili fights, because it's always chilly. I also just made everyone get angry so easily, and everyone's overpowered. They get trapped in the mansion, which is really just a suburb house. They gotta kill the owner. The Kirby gang is OP, put the owner through so much shit, so much torture, so much stupidity, so much ADHD, so much fights, exploring the house, the sink torture method. This is a pretty solid video for me. I definitely look back on this video for filming memories, and because I think I cooked with this one. And this is definitely one I want to remake as an animation in the future. Sonic's All-Nighter, yeah, this video was okay, not too much happened, just a regular sleepover with the boys doing the boy shit, and I guess Sonic characters doing some Sonic character shit, with an okay fight scene in the end. It was too short. This one's a little forgettable, just in my personal opinion. Total Drama Episode 2. This one had even more planning and editing than Episode 1, but on the bright side, I didn't have to deal with constant water and rain. This one was pretty hard because not only did I have a lot of plushies, but they were also scattered across a bunch of different locations. So I had to group plushies through bags, dig throughs, keep an eye out, make sure no one steals my plush toys, have 2 whole bags out, 2 bags stuffing a bunch of stuffed animals and barely squeezing them through. A lot of walking around from place to place, a lot of planning to film the video in a way where it's less of a headache to edit. I also filmed this video in 4 separate days. One day dedicated to inside the house and the very ending Pond of Shame. Then the actual park I filmed at was 3 different days. I think it's like a dog park or something. Each day being a month apart. This video took 3 to 4 months to finish editing because I got demotivated and lazy so many times. It was a lot. Also, on the 3rd day of me filming this, my hair tie broke and it was windy, so filming this was pretty hard because my hair kept getting in the way. A lot of the other stuff I dealt with were already stated in episode 1, so I'm not going to state it again. But yeah, after this episode, I don't want to film Total Drama again for a whole ass year. Again, I'll get more on the topic later in the video. Character Q&A answers part 2. I basically made a poll asking questions. Oh yeah, 90% of the questions were directed towards Nintendo characters. So that's how I knew most fans came from the Nintendo content. But I didn't want to make it my main thing because, like, you know, SML cease and desist letter. I just felt really uncomfortable making Nintendo heavy content. I just wanted to make it light, you know. Don't get me wrong, I still love franchises like Mario and Kirby to death, but making videos on them is now a no-no. Oh yeah, and the part where I act weird, I'm sorry, dog. That was kind of corny of me, but I don't know. I like being weird. Normal is boring to me, but I guess that kind of weird was pushing it. Frieza's Ruthless Arrival. I don't really like this video that much, to be honest. This one I filmed with a friend, and we both thought we were cooking, but now that I've watched the final product of it, it's kind of mid to me. He could only help me do a small part, which, I mean, hey, it's better than nothing. I appreciate him for taking time out of his day to help me do this. Yeah, I get it. It's hard to, like, schedule, like, each other's hangouts and shit. I wanted to get everyone in the camera shot and thought a friend helping would be nice. I will say, the Sonic getting high in the air and then us using a tripod to try to get the camera as high in the sky as we can, that filming moment was peak. That was a memorable moment. The overall video, we did film at Best Buy, then we got kicked out not even like 2 minutes after filming in that one room. Did we leave Best Buy? Hell no, because we barely got any fucking content filmed there. So we just went to the other side, tried to film everything as fast as we could, and then dipped. So I would say this video was fun to film, but watching it, not really, because it's like, it feels kind of basic. The ending, oh, Goku comes, good guy beats the bad guy. It's a really basic ass video if you ask me. The Gang Goes to McDonald's. This one I like a lot. It was mad funny. It was fun to film in public. I had 3 people ask for my Instagram and YouTube. At the gas station, the workers were saying I have talent and stuff, and they were rooting for me to make it big, which made me happy. Oh yeah, and the people at McDonald's thought I was some popular YouTuber. Not popular, but get in there, hopefully. The bathroom scene was kind of hard to get done because I had to wait till everyone was out of the bathroom. Someone was in the bathroom taking a shit for like 30 minutes as well. But yeah, after it was empty, I had like a small window to film everything I could, so I kind of went all out on the bathroom. I tried to one take this so I just said whatever was in my mind after I found out and then dipped because I just wanted to get out of there before a customer awkwardly walked in and they would have just got so awkward. But hey, I managed to pull it off. One of the customers there was there saying stuff like, "Sir, are you okay?" And then he gives me a freaking lecture about things I don't even care about or I don't really need to hear, really. But I mean, filming this was still peak though, and watching this is peak as well. Fall Guys Plush Part 3. This one I like a lot. A lot of beefing around. Challenges were okay, but this one I think the characters being stupid and their interactions are what carry. Variety of locations, always a plus as well. This one wasn't too crazy or mind-blowing, but I do like the oh my gosh, I can't speak. High, fast-paced action in a lot of parts, especially the ending. Also getting creative with the layering and effects. 100 Waddle Dees versus 1 gorilla. Because of that one stupid meme, 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Oh, you should have done Donkey Kong. Nah, because there was like this one boss fight in Kirby in the Forgotten Land where Kirby fights a gorilla, so yeah. Honestly, the problem with these new videos is I spend so much time on editing them and they end up not even being much better than the old ones because it looks so unprofessional. A bunch of spamming effects and PNGs dragging, I don't know. This one I thought it was okay. I tried to get it out fast before the meme died down, but like so much editing took a lot of time and it wasn't even worth the outcome if you ask me. Sonic Goes to Millennium Mall. Okay, this one I cooked. This one was super fun to film. I met new people, got their Instagrams, they got my Instagrams, gained new subscribers, effed around in the mall, had some fight scenes as well, variety of locations, both a semi-plot structure and just having fun goofing around at the same time. Got kicked out of like 80% of the stores. Shout out to the one employee who helped played along with the video. Big thank you for that. We also had to one take this because their boss was coming and bosses don't allow filming and playing around here. I wonder if that video made her day, lols. This one I actually didn't spend a super lot of time editing either. Well, I spent a fair amount of time on the high action scenes, but nothing too crazy. I think the time spent making this was worth the outcome. I definitely go back and watch this. I watched this with some of my friends as well. Even they thought it was good. Sonic Goes to Carmax. This one's alright. Just walking around a car parking lot, some Mephiles fights. The one highlight of this video was that Fire Force effect at the end of the video where like that sound effect and then the entire screen goes white and then that kind of black silhouette animation. I think that one was pretty solid, but the rest of the video is pretty forgettable. Eggman steals the secret formula. This one I cooked to the brim. I love this one. Variety of characters and locations, not just yip yap and fast paced fight scenes, chase scenes, gaining new fans. People asking for my YouTube channel. It's lit. I filmed this at the biggest McDonald's in the world. I only filmed there because I wanted to showcase how busy the Krusty Krab was, and I thought it'd be a good depiction, a way to interpret that. Some of the jokes I used in this video I found pretty funny. Dancing stick fry meme. I feel like I did a good amount of editing and just a good amount of, F around moments, a good balance of plot structure and just lulz moments. This I consider one of my best plush videos outside of the Total Drama Tropical series. This is another one of my videos I would recommend outside of Total Drama and Carl Works at the Krusty Krab. Gyarados gets arrested. I do not like this one at all. For one, filming this was a pain in the ass. The gas station scene. There was a homeless man I didn't even notice till halfway of filming the gas station scene. Then he was yelling at me, lecturing me, shit talking me, and I mean, I get it, he's homeless. I felt bad. I tried to offer like $5, but he didn't even want to accept. But other people were giving him money, and then he was saying I'm a shitty person for like filming in the gas station next to him, and I looked like such an asshole. And I kind of just, I wanted to like finish filming my scene, but I kind of just wanted to get out of there at that point. And then he heard me, and the part where Carl was like complaining, it kind of just caused the whole scene, and I was like stuck there for 20 minutes. Oh yeah, and after this video, I decided to like never film at gas stations again. Hell, this video was probably I would consider the beginning of the end for my plush career, because like I got really uncomfortable filming in public because of situations like that happening. But yeah, anyways, the video is about Carl going to a playground, or later he goes to a playground, gets in a fight with SpongeBob and Patrick, and then Gyarados comes along, and then him and Gyarados get arrested, and then they try to do a jailbreak, but then the cop is just overpowered, and then he brings them to some outdoor place, and then they have another fight. Sans breaks the video physics, and then the video just starts acting really weird and random. This one I just like watching the fight scene between Sans and the cops because of how chaotic it is, but everything else not really, and especially not the beginning because it kind of gives me trauma. Second secret formula. This one I think had potential, but it got ruined because it was just PNGs, no movement. Setting up the green screen was a big time pain in the certain environment conditions I was in at the moment. This also took a long ass time, and the outcome didn't even turn that good in the end. That's the thing with being a content creator. You're sometimes gonna pump out bad content despite trying so hard to make it look good and spending so much time on it, and it's such a bad feeling because you know you wasted your time, but it's just part of the process. And who knows, just because you yourself don't like your video doesn't mean your audience is gonna like it. Sometimes your audience has a completely different opinion than you yourself as a content creator. Gray Yoshi's Invisible Car. I don't like this one at all. I tried to bring back a classic where I brought back the Yoshis, but I had no idea how to implement them, and the way I did it, not my proudest moment. I literally had no idea how to end the video, so I just said, to be continued. Never went back to it, and I did that with some other videos too. That's another thing with the videos. Half the time I don't know how to end it, so I just end it with to be. Ending videos is hard, man. I don't blame studios for having such shitty endings. Stoli gets a job. Okay, this is when I started using my OCs, replacing my Nintendo characters. This one had potential, but it was really just a visual novel. No animation, lack of movement, just rotating and dragging PNGs, and made the lack of animation pretty bad. But if it had actual animation, it might have actually been a decent video. Now that I've got like half of the characters modeled, I might try to remake this, but actually have it 3D animated this time. Long drive-through. This one's okay. Just venting about a drive-through being unreasonably long, and then workers having to work super fast, multitask super fast, Mr. Krabs being a bad boss, everyone crashing out. Honestly, the highlight of the video was the fight at the end, but even that wasn't all that good because, just a bunch of PNGs and then rotating spin ball and just kind of lazy editing and spamming a bunch of effects and sound effects, and really all chaotic moments. This was just another video I made because I didn't feel like making something new, so I just compiled everything together, took my favorite parts. Yeah. Animation test 1. Okay, so this is when I slowly start fading into my animation arc and drifting away from plush videos. However, despite this animation being 10 seconds long and not even looking all that good and very unprofessional, I spent countless hours on this shit, and I mean, this is the best looking animation I've made. It's way better than all the other animations I have made, so I'll give myself that. It's progress. This 2D animation, it was way too time consuming, and like, I know if I made like longer 10-minute videos, I was gonna be here for like centuries. I had to figure something else out. I'll get to that part in a moment. I thought about creating stuffed animals in my OCs, but I was too lazy to like get the materials for it and put it into effect and then actually like use my hands on and everything. I also thought about Blender, but I didn't do it yet because I didn't have the patience to learn Blender, model everything, model backgrounds, go through BS. Though eventually, I got to it, so a big W there. And I also uploaded this video on my birthday. Carl works at an amusement park. I wanted to start the New Year's Day off with uploading some kind of video. This one was kind of weak in my opinion. It's just boring. It has one okay part with the Carl accidentally sending guests through a lava fall which kills them. That's about it though. Pretty forgettable video for me. Squidward gives Plankton the secret formula. This one was decently solid for me. I liked Squidward backstabbing Krabs, then Plankton backstabbing Squidward. The whole chase scene, Krabs' crash out, Krabs somehow getting OP, Plankton getting screwed over unfairly. It was funny, but like half of the video takes place in the garage or in the video world, Chum Bucket, a bunch of random stuff happening, and too many PNGs. I think some of the fight scenes were decently creative, but I would maybe give this like a low B tier, high C tier. Driving school. This one is funny as fuck to me. I filmed this with a friend. He is a really good voice actor. Holy lord, he's so good. We drove around the deadest of the dead parking lot, screwed around with driving, no script or anything, F around and find out type video, characters yelling, being stupid. It was a vibe though. Very fun to film, very fun for me and him to watch, us watching it together, us showing our friends and us watching it together and laughing and everything. Oh yeah, and that one part where we filmed inside the store and then my friend flat out just yelled in the store because we were only going to be there for a few seconds and then we dipped the fuck out. I had to use the bathroom. Bro did not want to go back in there after all the screaming he did, which I do not blame him at all for that. Very understandable. We were also getting hungry as fuck, so we rushed the ending a bit. Did a little Black Yoshi getting ghetto, driving recklessly, blasting music, then the cop playing along, tricking him, having him stranded in the middle of the parking lot. I also loved some of the shots of the car speeding away, of course. We played it safe and went slow and then just sped up the video, but yeah, we tried getting car shots, we tried getting different like angles of the parking lot and thinking of different creative ideas just in a simple parking lot. Like for example, Dio kind of speeding up to the store and then crashing through the building, but me driving slow and then speeding up the video. Like, I actually like what I did with that. Of course, we're not risking any lives. Risking a life is never worth entertainment. You can always find a way around it. Shadow's Wish. I do not like this video. Knuckles keeps making fun of Shadow for being white. Shadow makes a wish to be black so he can say the N-word, because that word kind of does have aura at times, not gonna lie. But out of respect, I'm not going to say it. Some camera shots and editing, I think I did a decent job, but overall this video's a miss for me. A year later, Total Drama Episode 3. In terms of behind the scenes, very similar to Episode 2 and Episode 1, so I'm not explaining it all over again. After scripting Episode 1, I actually spent an entire day planning the whole lore for the series. I'm not going to explain it yet though because I don't want to spoil, but I really used creative thinking and I do not want it to go to waste because I feel like I've cooked. Am I going to quit this series since I'm quitting plush tubing? Well, yes and no. The plush series of Total Drama, yes, I'm quitting. However, I kind of want to restart the series, but make it into the animation. Use the same challenges, most of the same castings. They'll switch it around a little, maybe. I don't know yet. It's going to be a while before I do this, to be honest, because it's going to require a lot of advanced shit, and I'd rather take it slow for now, but over 20 characters to model, and that's just the main cast, plus learning other things, and there's going to be a lot of characters and animals to model and everything, and there's gonna be like collisions and other like animation features that I'm gonna have to learn long before I can do something like this. So yeah, milk fight again. Wanted to bring back another classic, but I don't know, trying to go back to the classic ways, I guess it wasn't working for me. The classic plush videos were good for its time, but now it's time to move on. Those videos already exist. Reusing the same idea but making it somewhat different, I don't know, it doesn't really match my new style of content and just feels weird to me. It's not as fun to film or produce it, you know. However, the one part I did like was the Jujutsu Kaisen reference of Koopa beating the crap out of Grey Yoshi. Oh, and I guess the part where Grey Yoshi just spams the move, fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! That's 2 pluses right there. Sonic Swims, just some short I got out only because I haven't uploaded in like 2 to 3 months at that point. That's literally all it is. They try to get Sonic to swim. Sonic swims because he was offered the N-word pass. Okay, it's dumb, I know. But the editing I felt was decent with the layering and lighting and coloring and effects of everything. Decent for a short video, but it kind of just feels there. Now my final plush video, I filmed this with a friend as well. The one I think is okay. I think the problem was that I rushed this and not having it set up properly. It was scripted, but as for locations, we figured all that out last minute. And I don't know, this video feels kind of messy, like it doesn't feel much like a theme park environment. It's not bad by any means, but I feel like I could have gotten a lot more creative with this, but I just wanted to get it out, you know, and scheduling a time to film with a friend is hard, so yeah. This video is basically just me saying all the BS to deal with working at a theme park and making it comedic. Don't get me wrong, working at a theme park, it is fun. I'll take it over all the previous jobs I've worked in my life, but I had to get a haha funny video out showing the BS there, and I feel like this was the best way to do it. And then my next 2 videos are just Blender animations. First one being a remake of the Donkey Kong selling fruit punch, and then the second one being somewhat original but reusing the King DDD/Snore being in the bathroom hogging it up and then everyone getting mad. Oh yeah, and now that everyone's got their OC designs and they have like arms and legs, they can like move their limbs and get a lot more expressive now, and I feel like I have the freedom to make them say what they want and not limit them to their video game personality. Whoa! This took hours and hours to script, but here we are. We've made it to the end. Thanks for sticking, if you have stuck with me. Have you? Plush tubing was literally a whole era of my life. Like, so much has happened throughout the era, and it was just such a big part of my life. It lasted like 6 years. So that's like almost a fourth of my life if you really think about it. My content has peaked back in 2021 to 2022. The plush community as a whole peaked in like 2020 to 2021, but then kind of died down in 22. I was still going strong in 22, but then I died down in 23. Because, you know, in 2023, I wasn't uploading as consistently, and I kind of lost interest, took a long break, but then I went back into it, but uploaded a lot less consistently. I was also editing a lot more, and I would say I was over-editing, because even though my editing was good, all of that extra editing wasn't really necessary to make the video better, and I mean, I would say there's nothing wrong with over-editing, but it takes a lot more time, and then it burns you out, and then you produce content slower, so that's how it can be a problem. My older videos back in 21 to 22 were like carrying my channel. Even my new videos I was uploading, my older videos were still getting more views at the time. I guess people really liked the Nintendo content a lot more than the Sonic content or the Carl Gorilla or just some random character content or even anime content. Now, what have I learned from this retrospective? I'd say one of the biggest things I learned is just because you put a crap ton of editing, you put your heart and soul into it, doesn't mean it's gonna be a god tier video. It's mostly about the writing, to be honest, because I noticed a lot of my older plush videos videos are actually better than my newer videos, even though my newer ones are like a lot more editing. But some of my older plush videos had better writing. And it's also the fact that a lot of my newer videos have like, the pacing is so fast to a point where half the time you can't even understand what's going on. It's like jam-packed with split-second edits. Writing will almost always beat editing or animating. I mean, don't get me wrong, having good editing and animating, that's good as well, but like the writing is the most important part. Think of like good editing or good animation. I always like to think of it as like a bonus to what's good writing. I would rather watch something with good writing but like bad editing or animating than vice versa. Take Solo Leveling for example. Solo Leveling has one of the best animations, but the writing is kind of weak. So it's not really an S tier anime, I would say. And they probably spent a lot more time trying to make Solo Leveling because they kept focusing on like the animation and everything. But yeah, basically you have to work smarter with your videos, not harder. You can't just mindlessly edit effects after effects. Like you actually have to like think about the video. You have to think about the writing, think about the plot structure, think about how to keep the viewer like entertained and interested, not just spam green screen effects. I've also learned as a consistent content creator is that not every single video is going to be good. You're going to have bad videos here and there. Not everyone can make perfection all the time. In fact, I don't think there is such thing as a perfect piece of content. Every single thing is gonna have at least its little flaws, you know? Just like as long as your channel has that like certain niche, that certain uniqueness, and you keep making thousands and thousands of those videos, eventually it's gonna go somewhere. Of course, I'm one to talk because I haven't really been doing that, but I mean, I've noticed a lot of other content creators like doing that and then saying that that's what you need to do, and I agree with that. You know, it kind of gets you in the algorithm more. Another big thing I've learned is that work-life balance, or in our case, I guess work-life and content creation balance, is very important. You need to have fun in life, because if you're just working and then you're doing content creation and you're not really having much of a social life, or you're not really relaxing a lot, that's gonna burn you out. So like, try to find that good time management, try to have that good balance, have fun in everything, because if you have fun, you know, working is gonna be a lot easier. Don't let content creation consume you like it did to me back in the early 20s. I mean, don't get me wrong, still grind on your content. Don't just upload like one video every 3 months. You gotta be consistent to get somewhere. But like, try to find that good time management balance to where you can upload just enough to make you further in the process, but like, don't overdo it to a point where you eventually burn out and then you quit and then you start over back from square one over and over again. Also, don't try to make everything so perfect, because when you like spend like 3 hours perfecting a piece that should only take like 10 minutes to make, that's also what's gonna burn you out. So kind of just accept that some parts are gonna be bad. There goes a saying. So let's say there's 2 groups of people making a paper airplane. One group has to make as many paper airplanes as possible, and then the second group has to make the most perfect one paper airplane. The first group who makes more paper airplanes are gonna make a better paper airplane, because even though that second group is trying to perfect that airplane, you know, they're not building the muscle memory, whereas the first group, they're getting more experience and they end up making the better paper airplane anyway. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I guess one other big thing I learned is that you can't get good, you can't master multiple skills at a time. Like, for example, let's say you want to be a good music producer, you also want to be a good editor, you want to be a good writer, you want to be a good, you know, YouTuber, good artist, good swimmer, good soccer player, and it's like, whoa, you have way too much on your plate. So there goes the saying, you can do anything, but not everything. That was a mistake I was making back in like 23 or 24, was I kept trying to get good at too many things at once, so I ended up getting good at nothing. Just try to stick to maybe like 1 to 2 things that you're passionate about and put all of your focus into that. That way you can, you know, 1, have a work-life balance, and 2, you're not overwhelmed by so many things. This is another big reason why I'm quitting plush tubing, is because it's kind of getting in the way of my actual goals, you know. I kind of stopped having plush tubing goals around 2023, but I still had fun with it, and I kind of thought, you know, I had the power to get good at both drawing and plush tubing and a bunch of other things. So I tried to push myself, but That was me working hard. That wasn't me working smart, and that's really matters. You gotta work smart. You can't. I mean, yes, work hard, but like not every day has to be like a perfect day. What I'm saying is consistency over perfection, and don't do too many things at once. Props to you if you have made it this far. Again, I want to thank each and one of y'all for watching my content, giving me the likes, giving me the subscribers, kind of just making this community and having such nice comments. I'll never forget all the fun times we've had, but hey, that's all in the past now. At some point, we gotta move on, you know, chase bigger dreams. Anyways, yeah, I'm not really the best at ending videos, but I do want to say one more thing. The animations are going to start off pretty bad. In fact, I don't know if they're going to get good soon. It might even take 10 years for me to get good. We'll see how it goes, because I do want to upload animations consistently, especially as a small creator. I think when you're a small creator, you should focus more on consistency than like making high quality videos. And then once you like get more popular, then you can afford to take more time to, you know, make like real quality videos. But for now, I kind of just want to have fun with the animation. I want to like learn things, mess around, F around and find out type vibes. I'm pretty excited to see where I can go with this. Maybe I can make it a full-time job, but yeah, I'm really excited to start this, and I hope y'all stick to me. If you were subscribed just specifically for the plush content, and if you're not interested in the animations, it's all good. I don't really blame you. I would prefer you just, you know, watch the things that you'd actually want to watch. I know this is kind of quite a transition, but yeah, and if you're choosing to stick with me, if you're still choosing to watch my animations, I cannot thank you enough. It means a whole lot to me. But anyways, yeah, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching, and peace.